It's past your bedtime.
I can't believe it!
Better go. She'll get me for baby snatching.
Mother, I am 17 years old.
Never mind that, dear. I'm sure Miss Gibson can spare you.
I can't believe you just... Mother, that's so embarrassing. You're just embarrassing.
May I? Second Officer Charles Lightoller, at your service.
Won't you be struck off?
On this ship, the passengers' welfare is all we care about.
Ah, very glad to hear.
Besides, I'm a fan.
Better and better.
No, I mean it. I enjoyed you in Miss Masquerader and in Hands Across the Sea.
Heavens, you really are a fan.
Ce l'hai da bere? In cabina. Ma tienitelo per te.
Watch out. The sugar plum fairy has arrived.
What are you calling a fairy? Leave him alone. He's my brother.
I'd keep that to myself if I were you.
Billy Black. Un chief stalker. Ce ne sembra uno.
Un imbecille basta.
Sopra come sono?
Chief Steward è il mio Billy Blake, ma gli altri sono tranquilli.
Amici?
Maybe.
Very much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Captain.
What are you doing here?
I was curious, I wanted to look.
Just don't make any trouble.
Take it. Very good.
Are we allowed in? We're only second class.
Everyone is welcome at the service.
What do you mean, only? I'm not only anything. It just seems wrong that second class and servants and steerage are all to worship with us. I think I may go back to the cabin.
But the captain will be so disappointed if you weren't here.
You can laugh. But it is odd of them to fling us all in together, Haga Maga. Half of them look suspiciously like Catholics.
I don't imagine Jesus minds one bit.
Ah, Mr. Lightoller. I'm trying to find my way to second class. I don't suppose you know where I should be headed.
I'd be a poor seaman if I didn't. When you go back, there's a shortcut. You'll get to your corridor, but if you keep going, you'll come to the staircase in first class. But don't let anyone see you.
I need a necklace for tonight, but there's nobody on duty.
Oh, the purse is back at 6, madam. Unless you'd like me to send for it.
No. 6 would be fine. Thank you.
Oh. Here we are, my lord. All present and correct.
So you are.
These are all quite free. Is there some difficulty? Would you prefer that I left?
So kind.
Ah, here we are.
Well, this is hospitable, I must say.
Did she turn you out of your seat? I'll tell her.
We knew what we were taking on when we booked our passage.
Even so.
No one is more morally indignant than a beauty the wrong side of 40.
The Germans don't want a war.
I'm not so sure. They want an empire, and they feel they're entitled to it.
Do empires matter now? They're always more toil than profit.
Oh, so will you vote for the Irish Home Rule Bill then when it gets to the Lords? If you see no point in empires.
Ireland's rather different.
Not to the Irish, it isn't. Don't you agree, Lady Manton?
I leave these things to Lord Manton.
Yes. Ireland has a special tie with England. We shouldn't break it yet.
So what are we doing tonight? Not much, I hope.
Dining at Gatti's restaurant?
Was that the expensive one on B deck with all the Dago waiters?
It's the one we've been invited to by Harry's charming parents.
Oops.
You can buy my silence with one condition.
Name it.
May I take your daughter for a walk on deck before we dine?
Let me change first. Wrap up. It's colder than it was.
We should be getting along too.
I'll see you both later.
So much, Lady Manton.
Thank you, Lady Manton. It's been delightful. Hasn't it, Muriel?
Delightful.
Can you find your way back?
Well, I think so.
Nobody stops you going into second class.
That'll teach you.
But I can't see the English wanting to drop the class system anytime soon. It's woven into their character.
I never judge people by their class.
Don't you?
Oh, look. There's that frightful Mrs. Rushton and her horrid little dog.
I rest my case.
Oh, are they adorable at this age?
Don't touch him.
I wasn't going to hurt him.
Of course not. Alice, what has gotten into you? I do apologize,
No,
miss.
it couldn't matter less. You have lovely children.
Thank you.
Well, at least she takes her job seriously.
Too seriously by half.
But Philadelphia is so far away.
Better a Yankee nabob than a homegrown anarchist with a handmade bomb. Is this brooch a bit showy? What about a smaller one?
We ought to get going.
Oh, never mind. Have to do.
As soon as we're all gathered, we'll walk to the restaurant. Harry, taking Lady Georgiana. She's pretty, she's well-born, and there's money. Believe me, Harry could meet a worse fate. Here they are. Let's go. Before the Rushtons find us.
Excuse me. I was wondering if you could help me. I was told this was the way to third class, but the door seems to be locked.
Well, that's because it is locked.
The clasp on Lady Manson's jewel case is jammed. I thought there might be somebody in steerage who could mend it.
Oh, sorry, you can't go in a third. Call your steward, he'll sort it.
I didn't want her ladyship to find out. She'll think it's my fault.
Bit of a tartar, is she?
You know what they're like.
I certainly do.
I'll pay whoever mends it.
Well, all right. But if I get into trouble, I'm blaming you. Is there a locksmith there? Lady has a job for one.
But I have to find Lady Manton's maid, and she's just gone down here.
I'm sorry, sir. Third-class passengers only past this point.
Her ladyship has asked for her.
I can't help that, sir.
Oh, Mr. Lightoller, please, Miss Watson. She's just gone down into third, and now I have to go and fetch her. Yeah, let him down. Thank you. It's when they try to come the other way that matters.
What did you make of first class?
Very elegant.
I'm sure it will be. Once the colours have settled down.
Is there anything else?
Good night.
Good night.
Well, let's just hope there was no one we know in the saloon. Because I wouldn't want any witnesses to that exhibition of grovelling. Surprised you've any stomach left after crawling on it for most of the afternoon.
I was being polite. It was kind of Lord Manton to invite us.
And we know why he was so kind.
He wanted to show his gratitude to someone who's worked for him with duty and discretion.
Discretion, I grant you.
What are you talking about?
About a young lady in Leafy Dulwich who doesn't know that she's the bastard daughter of the Earl of Manton, thanks to the ever so discreet John Batley, Esquire.
Have you been reading my papers?
No, the birds told me. Of course I've read your papers. Very dull they are too, most of them.
You shouldn't have done that.
Oh, what should I have done? Locked in a boring house in a boring street in a boring suburb of a city I hate. What would you suggest I do? Does he visit her?
No. He thinks it might confuse her. Maybe when she's grown up.
And why would he need to? Got 2 healthy children at home.
I wish I could have given you a child.
Oh, please don't pretend you think it was your fault.
What difference does it make? Won't you tell me what you want? What I can do that might make you happy?
I tell you what I don't want. I don't want to have to pay court to my lady of Manton who thinks she's so far above us when she's got the brains of a kipper and the charisma of an egg.
All right.
Why is it so hard for you to understand that I want to feel just once that my life is worth living? That it matters that I was born, that a part, a speck of my existence has tiny, infinitesimal value.
It has value to me.
Ah, you found her then?
Yes, thank you.
She doesn't look too clever.
Miss Watson's just having a bout of seasickness.
Well, then she has my sympathy.
It'll pass.